Okay, well, I tried plugging it into iTunes and it didn't give me anything. So, first thing we're going to do, let's open this thing up and I'm going to plug the hard drive into a ZIF to USB adapter and see if I can even get into the hard drive that way. So, see, that'll help us narrow down if it's a hard drive issue or if it's an issue with the motherboard. So, let's get this guy opened up. Oh my god, it did it again. Got it that time. Last time I just barely missed that screen and it rebooted, so that's probably why it didn't work. So let's see if we can get it to pull up now. Okay, so I plugged it back in and I thought it was going to come up, and it didn't. I let it go for maybe about a half hour or so, and the drive letter actually did show up, but it was nothing. Nothing popped up in iTunes. Nothing popped up in my other software that I use to extract data from. No good. So let's pull the hard drive out of this and let's plug it into a ZIF to USB adapter and let's see if I can get into it that way. Okay. And as I always tell you guys, don't open it like a book and do not just pull up on the ribbon cable. You can tear the battery connector right off the motherboard and you will either need to have some good soldering skills or you will need to replace the motherboard. Take spudger, hold down on the battery clip, take a pair of tweezers, pull up on the ribbon cable and you are free. Okay, so let's remove the hard drive. Pull up on this clip. And I'll show you my adapter real quick. Pretty janky, that's all it is. So the ribbon cable plugs into the Ipod and then USB. So I'll plug her in. Okay, now I'll go throw it in my USB drive. We'll see if we can get this thing to pop up. Okay, so I'm thinking that hard drive is toast. I cannot get the thing to come up on my computer, even using an adapter. So next step for troubleshooting is we're going to throw a different hard drive in here and see what's going on. So next we need to raise this battery clip. Take your spudger, hold down on the white part right there, take paper clip tool, just kind of run it along the back side of the battery clip until you hear that click. Let's throw this hard drive in there, seat the ribbon cable, seat the ribbon cable, and then close the connector, flip it over. Close the battery connector. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. So that guy came up right away. Let me throw it into iTunes real quick and we'll see if this guy restores. Okay, we are good to go. So I slapped in a different 160 gigabyte hard drive. And at first, it was only showing, I think, like, crap, I don't even remember, like 18 gigabytes available. So I ended up having to wipe the disk and then start over pretty much. So what I had to do was I had to take the hard drive out of the Ipod and I had to hook it up to my ZIF to USB connector and I had to go in and wipe it from there. When I tried to restore it earlier with before I did that, when I tried to restore it earlier, iTunes actually threw an error saying that the firmware on that hard drive was not compatible with this motherboard. So I had to wipe all that out. The only way to do that was for me to wipe it using the ZIF adapter. it wouldn't let me do it from the iPod for some reason. I mean, it was just formatting the drive, so I'm not sure why it wouldn't let me do it. But so that's what we had to do. So after I wiped it with the zip to USB adapter, I put it back in, plugged it into iTunes, forced to restore. It restored fine. I synced some music. I did all the testing off screen. Click wheel's good. Buttons work. Headphone jack, both headphone jacks, both. Man, I cannot talk today. The headphone jack is good. I got headphone out of both ears. The hold switch works. Everything is looking good. So yeah, that will about do it. We'll call this one good and get it back to the owner. Thank you guys for checking it out. If you want to help out the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Like the video and subscribe. We'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.